Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss module of Functional English Media. The name of the module is Introduction to Mass Media. So in the last class we were discussing about the types of media and the types of mass media. So in today's class we will discuss about the functions of mass media. So we know that mass communication is a process of disseminating messages to a large number of audiences through some forms of technology at a time. And some forms of technology used to disseminate message is the mass media. Mass media are the means of public communication reaching to the large, scattered, heterogeneous and anonymous audience at the same time. Mass media have been proved a boon to human society. Nothing has influenced the lives of modern men as the mass media have. So we can divide the functions of mass media into two. The first one is general functions and the second one specific functions. So let us enter into the general functions. The first function which comes in general function category is information. Dissemination of information is the major function of mass media. Since information is knowledge and knowledge is power, media offer authentic and timely facts and opinions about the various events and situations to mass audience as informative items. Information provided by mass media can be opinionated, objective, subjective, primary and secondary. Informative functions of mass media also lets the audience knows about the happening around them and come to the truth. Media disseminates information mostly through news broadcast on radio, TV, as well as columns of the newspaper or magazines. Moreover, advertisements are also mainly for information purpose. The next function is education. Media provide education and information side by side. It provides education in different subjects to people of all levels. They try to educate people directly or indirectly using different forms of content. Distance education program, for example, is a direct approach. Dramas, documentaries, interviews, features, stories, and many other programs are prepared to educate people indirectly. Especially in the developing country, mass media is used as effective tools for mass awareness. In context of Nepal, media have been successful in eradicating various traditional and evil superstitions practices from society through continuous advocacy. The next function is entertainment. The other important function of mass media is the entertainment. It is also in views obvious function of media. Actually, entertainment is a kind of performance that provides pleasure to people. Mass media fulfill this function by providing amusement and assist in reducing tension to large degree. Newspapers and magazines, radio, television and online medium offer stories, films, serials and comics to entertain their audience. Sports, news, film review, column on art and fashion and other instances. It makes audience recreational and leisure time more enjoyable. But these days, media have compromised information and education in the entertaining programs. The fusion of entertainment and information is called infotainment. Similarly, the inclusion of education in an entertaining program is regarded as edutainment. The next function is persuasion. It is another function of mass media. Persuasion involves making influence on others' mind. Mass media influence audience in varieties of ways. Media content builds opinions and sets agendas in the public mind. It influences votes, changes attitudes, and moderates behavior. Using editorials, articles, commentaries and among other, mass media persuades audience. However, all audiences are not well known about it. Many of them become influenced or motivated unknowingly towards it. Advertisement is the example which is designed to persuade. The next category is specific functions. The first among specific functions is surveillance. Surveillance denotes observation. Here, observation means to watch the society closely. The function of mass media is to observe the society closely and continuously and warn about threatening actions to the mass audience that are likely to happen in future in order to decrease the possible loss. Likewise, mass media also informs about the misconducts happening in the society to the concerned authority and discourage malpractices among the mass audience in the society. Warning or beware surveillance occurs when the media inform us about threats from hurricanes, erupting volcanoes, depressed economic conditions, increasing inflation or military attack. These warnings can be about immediate threats or chronic threats. Similarly, news of increasing deforestation, drug abuse, girls trafficking, crimes, etc. are also disseminated which may harm the peace and security of the society. News about films are playing at the local theatres, stock market prices, new products, fashion ideas, recipes, and so on are examples of instrumental surveillance. The next function is interpretation. The mass media do not supply just facts and data, but also explanations and interpretation of events and situations. Media offer various explanations, correlating and interpreting information to make the reality clear. Unlike normal reporting, interpretation functions provide knowledge. News analysis, commentaries, editorials and columns are some examples of interpretative contents. Basically, such types of interpretative contents are prepared by those journalists who have a vast knowledge of background information and strong analytical ability. The next specific function is linkage. The function of mass media is to join together different elements of society that are not directly connected. For instance, mass advertising attempts to link the needs of buyers with the products of sellers. Similarly, by broadcasting news of those suffered from the disease or natural disaster, media can help in collecting aids and provide the collected amount to the victims. In this way, media become bridge between different groups who may or may not have direct connection. The next specific function is socialization. Socialization is the transmission of culture. Media are the reflectors of society. They socialize people, especially children and newcomers. Socialization is a process by which people are made to behave in ways that are acceptable in their culture or society. Though this process, we learn how to become a member of our society or human society in greater sense. Whenever a person reads newspaper or watches television, individual knows how people react on matters and what types of norms and values they perceive on particular event, issues or situation. So that's all about the functions of mass media. So today we have discussed about the general functions and specific functions of mass media.